What is up, you guys? I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I'm sorry, I've been MIA for a little bit, but I'm back and I'm better. So today I just wanted to talk about this topic just because I've been getting a lot of questions about it, and people have been asking me like, how do I deal with self-love, and you know, like, how do you not compare yourself to other people, and how do you deal with your insecurities, and what am I insecure about? And honestly, this topic is very important to me, and I really hope that it does help you guys, like, even if it's not even a lot, like at least just a little bit. And I want you to see my perspective and what I feel about this whole situation. So I feel like one of the keys to loving yourself is to learn to love enough, and you need to realize that what you have right now is enough. And if you constantly want what other people have, like, you're never gonna truly be happy. And I found myself doing that a couple times where I was like, wow, like, I really want that, like, I want her shoes, you know. But once I got it, like, it didn't make me happy the next day. Like, I was over it, and I was like, you know what, like, I want more, you know. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you keep doing that, you're never gonna be happy. And if you have clothes on your back, if you have shelter, if you have a home, if you have freaking people who love you, and if you have freaking food on the table, like, you're blessed, you know. Like, you have enough. And that's what I didn't, you know, like, I didn't think about that, you know. But every time, like, I would find myself in that, like, type of situation, like, I always tell myself, Destiny, you know what, like, things can be worse, you know. Like, there's people out there who don't have what you have. Like, why are you over here, like, sitting on your bed, like, freaking depressed? Like, why are you sad about something that you don't have? Like, if you don't have it right now, like, you know what, work for it, go get it, you know. But I've learned to just appreciate what I have right now, like, appreciate my family and all that. And that's very important too, because some people don't have what you have, and it sucks, you know. So you need to keep that in the back of your head every time, like, you're constantly being sad about something that you don't have, because you're blessed right now, you know. You have a home, you have a family, you have everything, and that's really all you need to be happy. Don't seek approval from other people. Like, do what you want to do, girl. Like, if you want to wear something, like, do it. Like, who cares? Like, who cares what other people think? Like, I don't care, so you shouldn't either. And I used to think, I used to care about what other people thought about me, like, and I used to be, like, really insecure about, like, wearing certain type of stuff just because I didn't know what people were gonna think about me. And I used to not be myself around certain type of people just because, like, I felt like they would think that I'm weird, or they would, like, just not be cool with me anymore. And it got old, like, all that stuff, like, it just gets old, and I was very unhappy with myself. And after that, like, I told myself, like, I really sat there and I told myself, you know what, Destiny, like, what are you doing? Like, stop. And another thing about, like, loving yourself too is trying not to compare yourself to other people. And I know that's really hard, especially now that we have social media, and now that we have Instagram, and just seeing a whole bunch of different pictures about girls and what they look like, and, you know, like, what your body should look like, and what you should, like, look like, you know, like, what you should have. And, like, you think that, oh, you know what, like, I should be having this car already, I should be having this house already, I should be having my career already, you know, like, I should be having everything because that person has it. But you know what, don't do that to yourself. Like, I remember I used to do that to myself. Like, I used to hop on social media and I used to look at girls' Instagram, and I used to be like, you know what, like, why don't I look like this? You know what, like, I want her clothes, like, I want everything about her, like, you know, like, I want her career, you know, like, I want everything. But every time I would do that, it would make me feel really depressed about myself. Like, I would go days, like, feeling like, wow, you know, like, I would feel hopeless, and it made me feel like I couldn't do anything, like, and it sucked. So when you feel like that, like, just go ahead and delete social media for a day. Delete, you know, your apps. Delete Twitter, delete Snapchat, delete Instagram, delete all that. And it makes you feel like, it makes you feel 10 times more better. And sometimes, till this day, I'll do that. I'll take a break from social media just because it gets annoying sometimes. Like, social media does get annoying, and I don't like how social media tells you what you should look like and what you should be doing, and it's like, no, like, you don't need to be doing any of that. Instead of comparing yourself to other people, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Like, you know what, if you couldn't get something right yesterday, like, if you tried doing something, if you tried freaking painting, if you tried freaking doing your makeup this way and that way, you couldn't get it right, try it again and try it again until you get it right. And every time I would do something, I would just try to improve myself, like, all the time. And once I got it, it made me really happy about myself, and I'm constantly trying to, like I said, like, I'm constantly trying to improve myself and improve everything about me. And that's what makes me who I am, and it makes me love myself even more, because I'm constantly challenging myself to be better than who I was the other day, yesterday, last night, whatever. And is that, like, I'm insecure about my weight and how skinny I am sometimes, and a lot of people don't know this about me, but yeah, like, I've been insecure about my weight and how skinny I am, and I've learned to accept it. And I've always told myself, you know what, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm skinny and I can't do anything about it. Like, this is me, and I've learned to overcome it, and I love myself so much because I decided to do that. And growing up, it was really hard for me because I would get teased a lot about my weight and about like I said, like, how I'm so skinny. And it was hard for me because I would always cry to my mom, and I would always tell her, like, I want to gain weight so bad, you know, like, I want to, like, you know, I just wanted to gain, like, more than, like, 100 pounds. Like, all my life I was really, like, 98 pounds probably, and like, honestly, last year is when I weighed, like, over 100 pounds. And you know what, like, it sucks because I don't like being skinny sometimes, and I don't like looking the way I look sometimes. And you know what, like, a lot of people see us differently than we see ourselves. And just because somebody thinks, oh, you know what, like, you're beautiful, you know what, you know, your body's amazing, you might not think that, you know, like, you might not think that your body's amazing. You may think that you look like crap, you know. And that's what I've struggled with for so long, and it would make me really depressed, like, for weeks. Honestly, for weeks, probably for, like, months, because I was struggling with this insecurity, and I still struggle with it today. But now it's just less of, like, a problem to me. Like, now I love my body, and I love everything about myself now, and it made me who I am today. And when I look in the mirror now, I'm just like, damn, Destiny, like, you know what, you're beautiful. Like, who cares? Like, now, like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, wow, like, why did I care about what people said, you know? Like, why did I listen to them, you know? Like, why did they make me feel like I should hate my body, you know? And sometimes, yeah, like, sometimes I do think about, you know what, like, I wish I was a little bit, like, thicker, you know? Like, I wish I gained some weight. But like I said, this is me, and you just need to learn how to accept who you are, and you need to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, you know what, you're beautiful. And you just need to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, you know what, I may not have what she has, I may not be where she's at right now, but you know what, I'll get there. And you know what, I'm gonna try to improve myself every day. And you know what, she's not me. And that's what I've always told myself all the time. Like I said, when I would try to compare myself to other people, I would always tell myself, you know what, Destiny, like, what makes you you, you know? And loving myself has been a very long journey for me, and I constantly, like, now what I do to, like, love myself, and I feel like what you guys should do to love yourself as well, is to get a journal and to write about your daily life. Write about what makes you you. And what I suggest you all should do is to keep a journal with you. And lately I've been doing this, but 2 months ago I recently started to start writing in my journal, and it made me feel so much better about different situations. And in my journal I would keep all the things that I love about myself, and if I was having a rough day about feeling insecure about myself, or you know what, things I needed to improve, I would write it down in my journal, and it would make, like I said, like it would make me feel 10 times more better about everything. And instead of venting on social media, instead of venting to like any other person, like I would just write it down in my journal, and it made me feel, like I said, it made me feel so much better, and it really does help a lot. And also another thing is to just surround yourself with people who support you, and people who make you feel like you are amazing. And there's not a lot of people like that in the world, and so if you do find friends like that, make sure you keep them, because those are the friends you want to keep around for a lifetime. But yeah, so you just have to learn your flaws, learn what you're not good at, and try to improve yourself doing it. Just because you see someone else doing something that you can do doesn't mean anything. Like, what makes you you is what's important. What you can do is important. So always try to improve yourself. And you know what, like, just like I said, every time you see yourself constantly being depressed, constantly feeling sad about a certain type of situation, just remind yourself that, you know what, you're gonna be okay, and you are gonna get through this phase that you're going through right now, and learn to appreciate what you have in life right now, because it really does make everything so much better. We choose to be happy, we choose to be angry, like we choose to be sad, you know. Like, loving yourself can happen tomorrow. You can start by doing it tomorrow, and learn how to tell yourself, you know what, like, remind yourself that you're beautiful, you know. Like, you can start that tomorrow, and we can start to forgive people who have hurt us in the past. And that's a very big thing, because we constantly think about that one person who once did us wrong, and once who backstabbed us and did all this to us, and it constantly, you know, like, it hurts us sometimes. But when you learn to forgive that person, it makes you so much stronger, and it makes everything so much better. And that's one thing where you should start off, is by forgiving that one person for what they did to you, and learning to move on and forget the past, and, you know, focus on the future, focus on what you're doing to become a better you in the future. And you know what, whatever happened with your past, move on from it, because it's not going to happen again in the future, and you need to just learn that in order to be happy as well.